Hi everybody, DUGROZ here with DUGROZ Reports, calling all rookies. Yes, this video is for those of you that are either not at all in the credit card points and miles game or that are just barely into it, because I've got some information for you. This is just one guy's opinion, but here's what it's all about. So I think now might be the perfect time to get the Chase Freedom Flex card, especially if you are brand spanking new to the game or maybe within your first 3 or so cards. So here's what's going on. Normally on the Freedom Flex card from Chase, and this is a MasterCard, there is a sign-up bonus. When you sign up for the card, you have a chance to spend $500 in the first 3 months, and if you do so, they'll give you $200 of cash back. So the replacement offer, the one that's going on right now, is this. There is no sign-up bonus. However, for your first year of card ownership, they will instead give you 10% back on all grocery purchases. So it's pretty easy to math this out and see whether this new targeted offer is better or the ordinary ongoing offer is better. I'm going to do my best to figure out if I can link to this, and if I can, I'll put it in the description box and a pinned comment. So check out the pinned comment for any disclaimers on this and or the link as it applies. So math tells us that if we want to overcome what would have been $200, and it's technically listed as 20,000 points, based on cash value, it's marketed as cash back, but it's really points at a penny per point. In order to get $200, you would have to just move the decimal one place, which is $2,000. So the quick math says if you're going to be spending $2,000 or more on groceries in the first year, it would be better to take this new special offer that's going on right now. But wait, there's a little bit more, because if you did the standard normal offer, the sign-up bonus offer, in order to get the $500 to spend, you would be earning at least 1 point for every dollar spent. Depending on categories, you might earn more. So that's another, 1% of $500 is $5. So to earn that the new way, again, we just move the decimal one, that's $50. But wait, there's more. There's also the opportunity cost, where you could be using a 2% cash back card to earn the same amount. So that would get you an additional 1%, so that's another $50. So it was actually at the level of $2,100. So sit down, ask your spouse, ask your significant other, are we going to spend $2,100 on groceries over the next 12 months? And if the answer is yes, I think this is a good starter card for you, or at least very early in your portfolio. And after having that conversation, if the answer is yes, we spend over $2,100 on grocery, it might be worth going for it. You might say something like, yeah, between all the grocery stores, Hy-Vee and Fairway and Sam's Club and Walmart and Target, we'll spend $2,100. And then, of course, all the veterans watching this video, myself included, will scream out, wait, not all of those count as a grocery store. That's right, Walmart is not a grocery store. Sam's Club is not a grocery store. Costco is not a grocery store. Target is not a grocery store. And I know you might be thinking something like, well, I buy groceries there. I do too. I get it. But the way Chase works and most banks work, they don't consider those to be grocery stores. For grocery stores, you got to think of your mainline grocery stores, where they are known as a grocery store, not a discount store. So I'm talking like Kroger's, Safeways, Ralph's, here in the Midwest, Hy-Vee, Fairway, Aldi. Seems like there's one big one I'm missing. Dolls. Is Dolls still in business? I don't know. Anyway, Price Chopper. real, actual grocery stores. You know, Winn-Dixie if you're in the South. So if you're going to spend $2,100 over the next year in groceries, this is a great place to start. Let me give you a couple different reasons why this is a great place to start. Now, first of all, I'm going to give my caveats here. You shouldn't even get into the points and miles game with credit cards unless you're a responsible person. Are you responsible with money? Can you avoid impulse buys? If you can, then good. If not, probably don't even want to do this. Just put your money in a jar and spend it out of there. You can't bounce cash. Because if you don't pay your balance off in full within 30 days of every statement, or whatever your grace period is, you're going to be paying like 10, 20, 30% interest. And that defeats the purpose of any sign-up bonus or spending offer, no matter how lucrative it is. But if you think, you know, we need to establish credit, or I have established credit, I could just use some rewards, or both of those things, then I think this is a good fit. Reason number one is because there's this thing called the Chase 524 rule. All the veterans are nodding aggressively at this point, but you rookies need to know that that means Chase Bank has a rule, generally, that you cannot get any credit cards with them if you have opened more than 5 credit cards on a personal level in the last rolling 24-month period. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, 5 credit cards in less than 2 years, who would do that? Well, just take my word for it, it might become more of a thing than you think. Bottom line, though, if you're going to be opening new credit cards, opening a Chase card early in your credit card game life is a good time to do it. And this is an ongoing keeper card. That's reason number 2. So the Chase Freedom Flex will always give you 3% back, or 3 times points on pharmacy purchases. Think CVS, Walgreens, Medicap Pharmacy, whatever your local pharmacy is, gets triple points. Instead of just 1 point per dollar, it gets 3 points per dollar, which is the equivalent of 3% if you take it as cash back. Same thing with dining, whether it's fast food, sit-down restaurants, food delivery through Uber Eats or something like that. You're going to be getting 3% cash back, not just 1% cash back. So they also have this thing called rotating categories, where every quarter they will announce a new category, and in that category you will temporarily get 5% cash back, or 5 points per dollar. Examples might include dining. That's one of the categories right now. You're getting 5% cash back. Technically 7. That's a little complicated, but think of it as 5. Amazon has been a category. Grocery stores has been a category, not just for this one-time sign-up, but a regular rotator. Gas stations have been a category before. Common spending things where they're trying to give you an incentive to put this card near the top of your wallet. So that's another reason. It's a good keeper card. Reason number 3 is it's fairly easy to get. I'm going to pull over here to finish my video. This is not my house. It's just a place I'm pulling over. It's fairly easy to get. Their standards are not as strict for the Chase Freedom Flex card as it is for some of their slightly higher cards, like Sapphire cards, which you don't need to understand, but you might get into later. Can't guarantee it. If you've never had any credit, you might be declined, but it's worth a try, generally. Number 4 is, this is a good card if you think you might get into travel rewards in the future. So if you don't want the simple cash back, maybe in the future you'll pair it with some other Chase cards that will allow you to use your points for travel at a value much greater than 1 cent per point. We don't need to get into those details right now, but you can take my word for it that it's an easy segue into travel. Examples would be getting free night stays at Hyatt hotels, or booking flights at an elevated value through the Chase travel portal. This might seem a little confusing to all of you, so if this does feel a little overwhelming, consult your local credit card points and miles expert, or put a comment in the comment section of this video. So this video is for 2 purposes. 1, to speak to the rookies and say, what a good chance to get into points and miles. And number 2 is to speak to the veterans that you can advise your friends and family members who are looking for guidance as what's a first card? I just had someone ask me that a few days ago. You can answer them with this. Once again, I'm going to put a link in a pinned comment and or the description box with instructions on how to get there. If you follow that link, it's probably going to be a refer a friend link for me. Maybe, maybe not. Make sure it's giving you the offer that you want, the elevated offer on groceries for a year. If you use that, that benefits me personally, and I'll put that back into reinvesting in this YouTube channel. If you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel, click thumbs up, and as always, may your spending be frugal, and may your points